Hey everyone, welcome to day 21. Today I want to remind you to put on your blinders and be yourself. As a Scentsy business owner, it's important that you show up as your true, authentic self. Stop trying to be like somebody else because the world needs you today. Somebody out there is looking for you, not a version of you that isn't real, but the true authentic person that God made you to be, and your own talents and your own abilities and exactly how you look and exactly how you speak and exactly how you show up on social media. That is what people are looking for today. So the longer you put off trying to be somebody that you're not, or trying to replicate what you see somebody else doing, the longer it's going to take for the people who need to find you to find you. So I really want to encourage you today to stop following people who you find yourself comparing yourself with. Now, most people know that I have a lot of people who follow me on social media, and sometimes I'll give them a follow back, but then I actually click on their profile and I click unfollow. The reason for that is not to be rude. The reason for that is because I don't need other Scentsy consultants to be my target audience. I can't tell you how many times I am invited to be in somebody's Scentsy VIP group. Hello, I am not your target audience. Stop inviting me to your Scentsy VIP page. I am not going to buy Scentsy from you. Your VIP page is supposed to be set up for people who are going to buy from you, join your team, or host parties. And that is not another Scentsy consultant. I want you to be mindful about the accounts that you follow. If you follow other accounts and you are inspired by them and it makes you want to work your business harder, go for it, follow them. If they give you ideas on how you can do better posts or better reels, if they give you ideas that you actually implement and you actually work on getting reels and videos and posts and stuff because of following them, great. But if you're following people and you're finding that yourself, you just start feeling like, oh, well, I'm not as good as they are, or if only I was as good as them at reels, or if only I did this, or if only I did that, that is comparison. And friend, I want to tell you that comparison is the thief of joy. You will not have a enjoyable business. You will not enjoy showing up each day if you're always comparing yourself against what everybody else is doing, because everybody else doesn't matter. Everybody else has their own target audience. You have a target audience. It's a matter of zoning in on who they are. And here's a hint. It's the people who you set your branding around. So if you follow me on Instagram, for example, my 3 words that identify me, just to recap from the videos at the beginning of the month: faith, family, fragrance. If you are not at all interested in one of those 3 topics or all 3 of my topics, you're probably not following me, and that's okay. There's somebody else out there that you can follow that you resonate with. My goal for my business is to find like-minded people that I can be working with. Potentially, I'm going to be working with these people for a lifetime. I have no intention of retiring from Scentsy. I am a lifer. I've said that for many, many years, that this is not a flash in the pan business for me. This is my business. I'm very passionate about it, as you can hopefully tell. It's something that has completely changed my family and our financial future. It has given us opportunity to have freedom to work when and where I want. As I've said, Scentsy hours are flexible, but they're not optional, and it suits my lifestyle exactly as I want it to. So for me, I'm a Scentsy lifer, which means if somebody joins my team today, my goal is that they're going to continue to be on my team for the next 30 and 40 years. So let's find people who are like-minded, someone else that I can love hanging around with. It's always a challenge when somebody joins and you clash on so many issues, which we shouldn't, right? If we're working with people, we should all be able to get along. And if you're treating your business like a business, then you come at it with a certain level of professionalism. Of course, there's integrity behind the work that you do. We talked about this earlier, about you're representing Scentsy as a company, not just yourself. And so if you don't resonate with Scentsy's core values, it's going to be much harder for you to stay long-term, because if they don't align with what you believe about life, it's going to be really difficult for you to continue to want to promote a business that you don't actually really like, or it doesn't represent who you are as a person. So for me, it's very clear. It's very obvious. I love the company. I love the products. I love Heidi and Orville and what they stand for. I love that they always will make things right. I love that they, their generosity and authenticity and simplicity. Really, that's the key. One of the biggest things I see when people first join is that they overcomplicate things, right? They're like, well, it can't be that easy. I must be missing out on some like secret sauce. And it's like, no, the secret sauce is to be generous and authentic and make it simple, because my job is to duplicate myself, right? Your job is to duplicate yourself. If you are an essential consultant, your job is to bring in somebody and teach them how to be an essential consultant. If you are a certified consultant, your job is to help an essential consultant promote to certified. If you are a lead, your job is to replace yourself with other leads. This is how it goes. It's a perpetual process where you're bringing people in and you're helping them. And the goal is that you are helping them through the stages, just like I'm doing by putting on this program. I'm a superstar director, and my goal is to bring up future superstar directors, not just lead consultants, not just star consultants, not just superstar consultants, not just directors, not just star directors. My goal is to bring up as many superstar directors as possible. The more superstar directors there are, the better it is for everybody, because that way you're bringing more and more. There's a quote and it says, a rising tide raises all boats. I may have butchered that, but a rising tide lifts all boats, not just one boat. Okay. I'm not putting on this free program for you for me to benefit. I'm putting on this program for you because I believe that by lifting others, we all rise. We all rise together. And for me, that is the whole point of my Scentsy business. Yes, it started out as a crazy thing. If you haven't seen my story already, you can find it on my YouTube channel. I was like, how not to be a consultant 101. But over the years, I have learned and I have fallen in love with the company and what they represent. And I've fallen in love with their compensation plan. I don't know if you know this, but most companies, the further away somebody is down your line, the less and less you're going to make off of them. With Scentsy, it's quite the opposite. When you hit director, when you have a star director who is a generation away from you, you get paid more on them, not less on them. So it's just, I stand so firm with the company that I really, really want to make sure that you are aligned and that you follow people that you align with, not that you follow someone and you're like, oh, well, I could never be like them, so I'm not going to be any good at Scentsy, because that is a lie. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you are comparing what you are doing today with what you see somebody else doing today, you're not going to win. Neither of you will win. Okay. By watching somebody else win, you should be clapping for your Scentsy sibling. Okay. You should not be getting jealous because of what they're doing. And maybe they've been doing it a lot longer than you. I was a beginner once. I once had my first recruiting conversation. I had my launch party. I had my first in-home party. Everyone has to start somewhere. Nobody is an expert right out the gate. Okay, so you just have to focus. I really, really want to encourage you today on day 21 to put on your blinders and not watch what everybody else in Scentsy land is doing. Focus on yourself and your own goals. So when you look at you have 10 days left of July. How close are you to reaching your July goals? You have to look at your goals. So say you need still 1,000 PRV and we have 10 days left, we're going to break it down. That means you need to do 100 PRV a day. That's what it's going to look like for you. And if you don't work Saturdays and Sundays, then you have to modify that over, the time that you have available to you. This is not a time to quit. This is not a time to be looking at what your neighbor is doing. This is a time for you to zone in on what are your goals, because your goals are not the same as anybody else's goals. What are your goals and how are you going to break it down into a daily actionable activity? If you already know that you have a beach day coming up on Friday, that doesn't count as a work day. That is a family day. So take that off of your schedule. Look at how many business days you have left that you're going to actually work your business, divide your goals by how many days you have, and then divide that into how much time you have. If you have 15 minutes, that means you've got to do a lot of follow-up calls in your 15 minutes to get your 100 PRV a day. Okay. Very simple. It's actually, I think that, again, people overcomplicate this business all the time. Stop overcomplicating it. Stop overthinking it. The quicker you're going to get there, the quickest way to get there is to take action right now. I'm deliberately leaving this video short so that if you had separated 30 minutes to watch this video, you still have time that you can reach your goals. So work on your 5 and 5, take your goals, break them down into bite-sized pieces. Stay in your own lane. Don't look what everybody else is doing. Focus on your month-end goal and you will get there. I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Have a good day.